This is Jonathon Morrison, a former pupil at Twyford C of E School. Had it not been for my non-religious upbringing, he and I would have attended the same institution. He was willing to speak to Artefact Magazine about his experiences.
I've got two brothers and two sisters. We all went to Edward Beetham Primary School, which is a Church of England primary school. My parents both met at the church, called Eden Christian Fellowship.
Okay.
It started off as a cell group, so like fairly small. But by the time that I left it, when I was about 14, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything against it at that point. It was just boring and it seemed like a waste of time. I didn't even at that age, I don't think I'd made a decision about whether I believed it or not. It was just boring. I think it did hang with me because my dad and my older sister, my younger sister, were still really involved in the church. My mum had dropped out like a few years before. She didn't have great experiences with some of the women in the church, very judgmental, shall we say. They're quite strong ideas on how to bring up children. There was like 5 kids from different religions in my class. I would say maybe 3 of them were Muslim and maybe 2, one was Sikh, one was Hindu, maybe 2 Hindus. I don't recall actually a teacher from another race until maybe my 3rd year in. They made us aware of Twyford Fellowship Group, which is like the school organised Christian group, as it were. I suppose the most religiously devoted went there, but I signed up to it so I could get the lunch pass, because if you went to TFG then you could get served lunch first. They did have their own school trips that only TFG members would go on. Right. That was quite something that I definitely felt like I was missing out on a bit. For all the activities that looked fun that I saw and heard that they did there, the amount of praying that they would do as well kind of made it seem maybe not worth taking part. The first RE teacher that I remember, she was quite big on her Christianity, so I could tell it was quite of a prominent thing for her. I'm sure we did touch on like other religions and that, but she made it clearly known that she advocated the church.
Were there any other teachers from other faiths there, particularly sort of teaching religious education, so Muslims, Sikhs, anything like that?
No, there wasn't actually.
Do you remember any atheist teachers who were teaching?
Not openly atheist.
No.
I don't think any teacher would be open about being atheist now I think about it.
Sex education, was it quite a big part of the curriculum, or?
Oh no, not at all. I remember 2 lessons, nothing comprehensive. It was a PE teacher.
PE teacher.
And he sat the boys down into a room, and it was more question and answers. I specifically remember sex education being something that was it sex and drugs. They didn't really touch on. They definitely advocated condoms. They definitely said like if you're gonna have sex, use protection. Yeah. One that I remember, and fun enough, I believe it was a Christian group. Yeah. And they came in and gave us and did a play about drugs and the dangers of them. But I think it was just mostly seen as comical by the students.
So the overarching impression I'm getting from this is most of the students aren't really religious.
Oh no.
It's just a big joke to them.
Yeah, I mean...
and they're quite public about it as well.
Yeah. No one was afraid at the school no one was afraid of repercussions for saying that you didn't believe in religion or anything. Once you're in the school, maybe they do kick up a fuss about it to get in, but once you're in, it's not so much of a big thing. I recall one of the Muslim kids, he had to, like, one of the teachers there, she said that they had to do PE even if they were fasting. I'm personally not a fan of faith schools. I didn't like the idea of having to go to... By the time that I decided that I didn't want to be a Christian, I didn't like the idea that we had to go to church and at least even sit in, even if we weren't forced to pray or...
This was at school?
This was at school. I think there definitely needs to be a lot more diversity. I mean, I know that Acton is got a large number of different religions in the area, and I think it could be a lot more representative. They could get rid of the religious quota. Yeah, that's a big no-no, because then once they feel like the quota, other kids are left with the only option of Acton, and no one wants to end up there. And then, like my dad said, oh, they should keep it. They should keep the quota because it's a good school, and places are obviously going to be hard. But it's like that's like putting up a wall around good schools instead of just building more good schools and balancing it out.